So we are now moving into chapter 8, the test of hypothesis. Hypothesis testing is a form of statistical inference that uses data from the sample to draw conclusions about the population parameter or a population probability distribution.
It also making a process for evaluating claims about population. No?
A statistical hypothesis is an conjecture about population parameter. This conjecture may or may not be true. So there's two types of statistical hypothesis. The first one is null hypothesis denoted by H sub O. It states there that there is no difference between the parameter and a specific value. H sub O is equals to 0.
Ang null hypothesis ay always equal sign ang ginagamit or equal symbol ang ginagamit.
The next one is alternative hypothesis denoted by H sub 1 or H sub A or H sub capital A. It states there that there is a difference between a parameter and a specific value. Ang lagi nating tandaan ay pag, pag nabanggit ang null hypothesis ay laging may pagbabago. Tapos doon sa alternative hypothesis naman ay merong pagbabago, which is nagkakaroon tayo ng inequalities sa mga equal signs. Ganun.
Yung mga inequalities na lagi nating ginagamit sa alternative is yung not equal, greater than, or less than. Yun yung mga lagi nating tandaan. Basta lagi nating tandaan ng null hypothesis at alternative hypothesis nagkokontrahan.
Yeah.
Now, pumunta naman tayo sa example nung pagkuha ng null at alternative hypothesis. Example number 1. A factory has a machine that dispenses 80 ml of fluid in a bottle. An employee believes the average amount of fluid is not 80 ml. State the null and alternative hypothesis. Yung null hypothesis dito, a factory has a machine that dispenses 80 ml of fluid in a bottle. Null hypothesis is H sub O, mu is equal to 80 ml. Kung alam na nating equal to, ang kontra ng equal is does not equal. Kaya ang alternative hypothesis natin, H sub A is mu is not equal to 80 ml. Now, sa example 2 niya is our researcher thinks that if expectant mother use vitamin pills, the birth weight of the babies will increase. The average birth weight of population is 9 pounds. Yung null hypothesis natin is yung mu is less than or equal to 9. At yung alternative hypothesis natin is mu is greater than or equal to 9.
The decision procedure just described could lead to either of the two wrong conclusions. Type 1 error. Rejection of null hypothesis when it is true. Type 2 error. Acceptance of the null hypothesis when it's false. The probability of committing a type 1 error is also called the level of significance of the test, and it is denoted by A. The probability is committing type 2 error is denoted by
beta.
It is impossible to compute unless we have a specific alternative hypothesis.
Important properties. The type 1 error and the type 2 error are related. A decrease in the probability of one results in an increase in the probability of the other. The size of critical region and therefore the probability of committing a type 1 error can always be reduced by adjusting the critical values. An increase in the sample size n will reduce alpha and beta simultaneously. If the null hypothesis is false, beta is a maximum when the true value of a parameter is close to the hypothesized value. The greater the distance between the true value and the hypothesized value, the smaller beta will be,
one-sided and two-sided hypothesis. One-tailed tests allow for the possibility of an effect in the one direction. Two-tailed tests is test for the possibility of an effect in two direction. We have positive and negative.
We have wait lang. We have a figure here, example figure. In this red shaded part is the rejection region. And sa walang tong blue, ito yung acceptance region na sinasabi. Yung sinasabi sa one tail test ang effect niya is one direction lang. Pwedeng
Correct.
positive lang or negative lang. Yun lang. Hindi pwedeng maging dalawa. Sa two tail test, dun pwede na maging positive
Both.
and negative both.
One-tailed test indicates the null hypothesis should be rejected when the test value is in the critical region on one side. We have left-tailed test and right-tailed test. When we speak left-tailed test is when the critical region is on the left side of the distribution of the test value. Tapos, right-tailed test is when the critical region is on the right side of the distribution of the test value. And the next is two-tailed test. The null hypothesis should be rejected when the test value is in either the two critical region or either side of the distribution of the value.
Ito yung mga figure sa one tail test. Ito yung alpha dito, yun yung nagsisimbolo ng left tail test at yung sa right yung alpha dito sa right side. At yung sa two tail test yung alpha all over 2. Nagkabilaan yan. Yan yung pagkuha sa area ng shaded region. H sub A is more probable, right tail test. H sub A mu is greater than the value. Sa left tail test naman, H sub A is mu less than the value. Sa two tail test, H sub A mu does not equal to value, not equal. Dun mo malalaman kung ano yung gagamitin mo, kung t-test ba or z-test.
5 in step of hypothesis testing. Number 1, determine the null and the alternative hypothesis. Number 2, identify the test to be used. 3, calculate the test statistic. So we have here the formula that we can use to solve the hypothesis testing, which is Z is equals to x bar minus mu all over parenthesis sigma all over square root of n, and t is equals to parenthesis x minus mu all over s all over square root of n. The fourth step is calculate the critical value, and the last step is draw the conclusion.
Punta na tayo sa example number 1 ng topic na to. A factory has a machine that dispenses 80 ml of fluid in a bottle. An employee believes the average amount of fluid is not 80 ml. Using 40 samples, he measures the average amount dispensed by the machine to be 78 ml with a standard deviation of 2.5. A. State the null and alternative hypothesis. B. At a 95% confidence level, is there enough evidence to support the idea that the machine is not working properly? Solution. Sa pagkuha ng null hypothesis, alam natin na ang null hypothesis is H sub O is equal to mu is equal to 8 ml at yung kontra ng equal is not equal. Kaya ang alternative hypothesis natin is mu is not equal to 8 ml. Sa step 2 natin yung identify the test to be used. Para alam natin na yung sigma ay given, kaya z-test ito. At two-tailed test. Sa step 3, calculate natin yung test statistic. Z-test yung nalaman natin, kaya Z yung Z-test yung formula. Gamitin na tong formula na to. Z is equal to x bar minus mu all over to sigma is all over to square root of n. Given yung x bar natin na 78 ml, sigma na 2.5 yung standard deviation, tapos sample size is equal to 40. Ilagay lang natin sa calculator to, yung value ng
Input lang.
input. Z is equal to 78 minus 80 all over to 2.5 all over to square root of 40. Ang lalabas sa calculator is Z is equal to negative 5.059644256 round off, magiging or negative 0 ay negative 5.06. Ito yung sagot. Tas D, calculate the critical value, yung to. Alam nating two-tailed test, kaya dalawa dito. Sa pagkuha nung yung alpha all over 2 na 0.05 all over 2 is equal to 0.25. Kalahati ng 0.5. Kasi, tapos yung confidence level na 0.95. Para makuha mo yung alpha, ganito yung gagawin mo. Alpha is equal to 1 minus 0.95. Yung given na confidence level is equal yung 0.5. Yun yung alpha. Ang makukuha nating confidence interval is negative 1.96 at positive 1.96. Yung conclusion ng example na to, 95% cannot accept the null hypothesis that the average amount of fluid dispensed by the machine, 8 ml, if 95% confidence level, we believe that the machine is not working. Napunta tayo sa next example. Study shows that the average daily coffee consumption of 25 to 35 years old students is 4 cups per day. A university claims that their students tend to drink less than 4 cups. They selected 18 students and found mean of 3.5 cups. With a standard deviation of 1.8 cups, use 0.01 level of significance to test their claim. Solution, hanapin mo natin yung null hypothesis at alternative. Yung null hypothesis niya is mu is greater than or equal to 4 at yung alternative hypothesis niya is mu is less than 4. Tapos hanapin natin yung kung anong test yung gagamitin ng t-test at one-tailed test. Sa step 3, gagamit na tayo ng formula. T is equal to x bar minus mu all over s square root of n. Given na yung n na 18, yung mu is equal to 4 at yung s is equal to 1.5 at yung x bar is equal to 3.5. Input na lang natin to sa calculator. 3.5 minus 4 all over 1.8 all over the square root of 18. Ang makuha natin sa t is equal to negative 1.18. Sa d naman, draw na natin. Yung para sa pagkuha ng df, n minus 1. Yung n natin dun is 18. 18 minus 1 is equal to 17. Hanapin natin to sa table. Sabi dito, yung ginamit nating one-tailed test. Makikita natin sa taas yung may nakalagay na one-tail. Doon lang tayo mag-focus. Tapos, yung df natin is 17. Punta tayo sa 17. Tapos, ang gagamitin nating level of significance is yung 0.01. Ang 0.01 natin dun is yun. Tapos, ang makikita natin sa table is yung 2.567 na critical value. Tapos, yung part ng negative 1.18 dun is yung nalagay sa hindi shaded region. Kaya na-accept niya yung negative 1.18. Hindi siya pumunta sa rejection region. Yung conclusion nito is, the claim of university is false. Their students did not drink less than 4 cups. So, dyan po ang nagtatapos ang aming lesson na to sa topic na chapter 8. Salamat po sa panonood.